Thank you very much, Anna, for this presentation. At this moment, I feel like a picture book on focal field 2 being challenged, but I hope you are ready to clean up. This is my Erasmus group, Active Anna, our mentor, Alara, amazing Alara, she's from Germany, Monica, very nice person, my friend from Italy, and from Netherlands, Nina wasn't able to continue with us in the course. And me, as Anna said, my name is Sonia. This is our book, the book that we chosen from Nathan Byron and Depo Adula. It was published from Puffin Books in 2020, and let's hear a little bit more about this book from an Italian student.
It is a little girl who will spend a holiday with her grandparents, who will live on a beautiful tropical island. She dreams of surfing on the waves, playing and swimming with the sea animals. Instead, on the beach at the sea, there are different kinds of waste.
I apologise, it's my fault. I completely forgot that this was there, and so I didn't tell the technician that he needed to put sound on.
Rocket manages to raise awareness and create a group to resolve the situation. We understood that if we take care of the environment, we also take care of ourselves, and together we can change the world.
Can we play together?
It is a little girl who will spend a holiday with her grandparents, who will live on a beautiful tropical island. She dreams of surfing on the waves, playing and swimming with the sea animals. Instead, on the beach at the sea, there are different kinds of waste. They degrade the landscape, but especially they endanger animals and the health of all. Thanks to a determination, Rocket manages to raise awareness and create a group to resolve the situation. We understood that if we take care of the environment, we also take care of ourselves, and together we can change the world.
Okay, as this nice boy said, Rocket went on vacation with her family, and when she was expecting to surf and do lots of things, she saw that the sea was full of plastic, and they decided to do something about it, okay? She decided to join a cleanup crew and do something about it. And this book, we chose it, it was a great option for our group, and it enables us to work on focal field 1, social responsible behavior, when interacting with others, and focal field 2, social responsible behavior, interacting local and global issues. These are the schools from Italy in Busca, and mine from FAF in Portugal. These are the classes from Portugal, 2 classes, and the ones from Italy. Okay, so before the first reading aloud, we had to set the story contest. And what we did was some recycling games to let them get in touch with new vocabulary that they needed about the story and about types of pollution. We also based on the peritextual pictures, the front cover, the back cover, so that they get to know more about the story, so that they could be motivated to what's going to be next. And we begin it just by the title page without showing them the title, so that they could try to guess what was the girl doing. This is the wild reading aloud. We chose a quiet, cozy environment where children could be near the book and could touch the book by hearing the story. And then, after the 2 moments of reading aloud, children made them reflect about the story. They draw what they wanted to draw about the story freely, and they showed their drawings to the class, and they explained why they were doing it and why is this their choice of drawing. After that, after the reading aloud, children decided to get to know more about the sea animals that take part of the story. We made a little game. They loved the whales, dolphins, the octopus, and the turtles. So we did a little game by writing the name of the 4 sea animals on a little book, on a little piece of paper, and each group, the 4 groups, went there and chose one of the papers, and each group had to work about one of the sea animals. As you can see for their faces, they are very happy doing it. Okay, what was the purpose? To work or to do these animals using recycling material. So this is the final product, the exhibition at school, and the exhibition at the school library. They also made research about these sea animals, and they wrote a fact file about them that were next to the exhibition in the library. Posters around school. They made some posters about recycling, reuse, reduce, and please don't waste paper. So these were hanged up in the classes where they wash their hands and they use the paper on the toilets, and also around the school, the posters about saving the planet. Now, let's take action. So these are our cleanup crews. They decided to become cleanup crews. They designed their logos. As you can see, I brought mine, my logos. And then we chose the cleanup crews logo by joining up the 4 sea animals, as you can see. Okay? Then let's go to the street, do something. In Italy, cleaning the street and the park. In Portugal, children went to do a street sweeper interview. They didn't know that street sweeper is a job. So they in the morning, they saw the street sweeper in the street, and they didn't know what he was doing. Now, after this, they come to school the next day and told me, "Teacher, I saw Mr. José Maria. I talked to him." Now they get aware of what they can do and can't do to help him. And he told them that sometimes he has to empty the paper bin. It's full of oranges. As you can see, it's a difficult job, and they really get to know it, and they become street sweepers for some moments. After that, the cleanup at home. I had to borrow Anna's cleanup because my cleanup went on holidays with my students. They took the book home, and they have the responsibility to give it to the other one the next day. They develop the reading of the book with their families. They read with and for their families. So parents' feedback. Speaking in English with children from another country was a real opportunity for my daughter to test herself. This book has helped my son to be more aware of the environment problems, and it involves children in concrete actions to save the planet. This project has made my son more responsible. My daughter was happy because she was an active part of the community. Our students reflect and review. After the project, we asked them to draw a smile. to show their feelings about what they did. So these are their beautiful smiles. I hope one day they have the talent, Francesca's talent. This is just a little bit smile. And we also did the template, the hands, heart, and head, heart, and hands template. Okay? So these are the words from Matilde Silva. She felt like a hero, saving the world, saving the city. She feels happy, wonderful, and useful. And she learned how to recycle because they went home and they told to their parents to recycle, to be aware of the environment problems. And they also said, don't leave paper on the floor because Mr. José Maria has to sweep the street the next day. So the teacher's feedback, my feedback, Monica's feedback, our main teachers. I have to thank you, my main teachers, because they were great. So, this project developed students' awareness about environment problems. Students loved meeting the partner students. Students learned new vocabulary in English. I loved the story and the art crafts works. One of the teachers said it. It created a great opportunity for cross-curricular work and collaborative work with the primary teachers. The taking action cycle was a very important part of the project, as children were doing something concrete in the community. Okay, so at this moment, I have to say thank you to all of you for hearing me. I have to say thank you for API for this opportunity of bringing me to the autumn hybrid course, to my friends at school, to the teachers, I have to say their names, Elvia Martins and Rosa Augusta Leite, that worked with me in this project. While I was doing the work in English, they were helping me with the arts and crafts. They were helping me with the Portuguese by interviewing Senhor José Maria. I have to thank Senhor José Maria. And this was really a great opportunity to see that together we really can change the world. And I please ask our Italian partners to help me to say grazie. Thank you for hearing me.
So, thank you, Sonia. Thank you for your presentation. Here, I don't know if there are any questions, but while we wait for your questions here or at home, we have one already. So, did you notice any difference in the children's behavior related to dropping litter?
Yes, definitely. We noticed that at school, we are an eco school. We have the green flag and we worried about the environment problems. And children, although they are aware of that problems, they changed their way of being, mainly with Mr. José Maria.
Mr. José Maria is a part of the project.
Yes, it is. Sorry, Anna. Yeah. And children asked him if he knew how to say street sweeper in English.
But that's amazing what you said, sorry, before the questions, that before the project, they didn't even know that it was a job. They didn't even notice these people around the street and around the city, and we know that they are. So that's so important. I think that part really, it was for me, a very important part. When you said that, when you told us that we were doing that, it was a very important part of the project. Thank you. Now, how do you connect the art and crafts activity with the sweeping the street activity? as the arts and crafts activity was about sea animals. Overall, great job. So the idea of...
No, because the arts and crafts was about the story, related to the story and the problem that was present in the picture book. So in the taking action cycle, we have to see what's wrong in our cities, okay? In Italy, they saw that the park needed to be clean. Here in Portugal, for instance, as I said, my school is a green school, green flag school. Our city is well prepared with environment problems. So in the taking action cycle, we have to arrange something that really makes the difference in each one of our contests.
And again, before we go back to the questions that are popping up, you worked again in e-twinning with Monica and
with
Monica's
Monica.
classes. How was their reaction to the e-twinning?
Amazing. One of my girls told me that she went to the hairdresser before the virtual meeting, and another one was very mad because she used lipstick and she didn't remove her mask, so it wasn't fair. It was a great experience because we prepared some questions for them and they answered to us, and they prepared some questions to us and we answered it, and for them it was amazing because even a shy boy that sometimes in classes was hard to hear his voice, after the virtual meeting with our Italian partners, he changed himself. Yes, and now they really want to communicate in English. And I think that's the aim of this connection. And Silvana, I managed to get many teachers to log in, to register in NetTwinning. And at this moment, we have classes with 2 and 3 projects in NetTwinning.
So let's see. Sorry, I can't read from there. I think you already answered this. What brought the idea of using sea animals as one of the subjects, one of the topics that worked?
Yes, the book.
Did the students know a lot about recycling before the start of the project, or was most of it new to them during the pre-reading activities and so on?
They already knew, for instance, for me in Portugal, they already knew something about it. But of course, the preparing activities were important to refresh some of the new vocabulary, the vocabulary that they use.
And do you think that this could come, could be a project that would come up every year at school? It's one of the other questions.
Yes, it could be this one or with another picture book. But in FAF we have many activities related to the eco school, so environment is really...
So one question again about e-twinning. How did e-twinning meetings take place? Were they all connected at the same time? And how did you organize them to take turns talking? Can you explain it a little bit more?
They were all connected at the same time. We did a virtual meeting with the 2 classes. For instance, we used our future room so that they could be seated on the floor. And we had prepared some of the questions. They told us what they wanted to ask to the other children, and we prepared the questions and we took it each one in its time.
So when we say that they were all logged in, but
yes.
One class, so
one class, yes, each one, no, not the 4 classes. One class, one Portuguese class with one Italian class, and the other week with me and the other teacher, the other class with the other Italian one.
And how often did the students meet online?
They met once, and then they were sharing their projects by the twin space.
In the twin?
Yes, in the twin space.
Silvana mentioned.
Yes.
Will you, Sonia, try any of the other picture books in this
Definitely, I
project?
will. Definitely, I'm going
And,
to.
Can you explain a little bit more of how you manage those travels of clean up the picture book going to the students' home?
Oh, we only have one cleanup, the one that it's mine that Api gave me. So what I did was I gave the book to the student, to the first one of the list, and he took it home. He was able to explore the book with the family after the reading aloud at school and the work at school. So they get familiar with the picture book. And then at the other day, the first one gave it to the second one, and he took it home. And it's going to be like that because we only have one. Okay, that's why it's on holidays with them at this time.
And how was the reaction of the parents' reaction to that?
Was very good. As you can see, I had lots of films and videos that parents sent it to me, to the children and them. The children were reading the story for the parents. Yes, it was a very nice moment.
So it's again another way of connecting school,
yes,
the
yes,
families
yes,
in this
and
project.
yes. And we did T-shirts with the logos of each class before we went to the street. Parents were really happy and involved in the project.
So if I could ask you, what is your main takeaway of this project, if possible?
My main takeaway is definitely intercultural citizenship education by picture books and using the English language to do it. The experience, the giving that each one had with each other. Our school, even the school, other teachers were able to participate with us. We were able to write for the digital magazine school about it. I think we managed to involve lots of others that weren't involved in the project at the first time. So I think that's the main takeaway is to involve so many people interested in the same thing and with the same purpose.
Yeah, so I think, okay. So thank you. Thank you, Sonia.